I'm 44 years old, and I'm standing there, staring at his naked ass, saying to myself, I can do this. A couple of hours earlier, my wife had given birth to our very first child, a beautiful baby boy. And I am excited because I'm a father for the very first time, but I am also petrified because I am a father for the very first time. Because once the baby pops out, you can't really pop it back in. There's no refund policy, you can't exchange it, there is no try before you buy. And as if I'm standing there in the hospital looking at this baby's ass, there's this realization for me that for the next year, the next 3 years, the next 15 years, I'm going to be stuck dealing with this shit. When it starts learning how to eat, I'm going to be the one picking up all the food off the ground. When he starts drawing on the walls in my house, I'm going to have to pretend like it's art. And when he's finally old enough to go to school to get a report card and he gets his very first B, I'm going to have to sit him down to say, yo, we only get A's. And that's why we're called Asians. And so I'm standing there looking at his ass because he's just done a poo. And I'm giving myself this pep talk saying, I can do this. Not because I don't know how to change a nappy. That's easy. You get wet wipes, you wipe its ass, you pat it dry, you put on a new nappy, ta-da, happy baby. But I'm trying to say and giving myself a pep talk to say, I can do this because I'm trying to work up the courage to tell my wife that I forgot the wet wipes and I left them in the car and to show that I'm incompetent. And there's this fear inside me because I'm not rich, I'm not handsome. The only thing I can offer is to be a good dad, and I'm failing at that already. And unlike a baby, she can exchange me. And so I'm standing there trying to work up this courage. And then I remember down the corridor, up on the wall, there was a packet of wet wipes near the rubber gloves. So I run down the corridor, I grab the wet wipes, I bring it back. I pull out the wet wipes, I wipe the baby's bum, I pat it dry, I put on a new nappy. Ta-da, crying baby. My baby is wailing non-stop. My wife has no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's happening. So we call the nurse. The nurse comes in and says, what's wrong? And I want to tell her, it's broken. I can't find the off switch. Take it back. But all I can say is, help. And so the nurse looks at the baby, and then she points to the wet wipes, and she asks the weirdest question. She says, where did you get those? And I want to say, well, they're wet wiped. They're free. I'm in a public hospital, right? But before I can defend myself, she says, those are industrial grade wet wipes. We use them to disinfect the tables and equipment. They're full of chemicals. And I'm like, so my baby's ass is clean, right? And she said, no. When you wipe a newborn baby's ass with those wet wipes, it's like wiping your ass with sandpaper. My wife starts crying because I've ruined our baby's ass. My baby's crying because it's got a red ass. And the nurse is shaking her head, thinking, man, what a dumbass. And whilst all this is happening, I am just standing there looking at this baby. thinking to myself, for the next year, the next 3 years, and the next 15 years, I'm gonna be stuck dealing with this shit, and he's gonna be stuck dealing with mine. Thank you.